especially with the 50-50 trading farmer way. And this is why so many traders are so consistent. It's not one single trade has the power really to cause massive damage. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know. I'm not sold on anything anymore. Do I got to do some test orders? This thing's all over the place. No, no, no. What the heck? What? What? I should have sold way earlier. What the? This market seems to be FRGT for $1.06. I don't know. Snapchat from who? I'm surprised that candle rejected so hard like that. I got screwed. I got screwed. This thing's really coming down. Kind of fell out of support here. That's not a good sign. But it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes. You can Oh, we did? I'm sitting here. What the nut? Halt up is 312. Oh, I missed that trade because I'm sitting here doing stuff. I can't believe this stock. I can't seem to get very far on this. I'm down $100. The markets definitely has changed from where it was. VRAX is a little tricky. FRGT maybe. Hmm. What does VRAX want to do here? Maybe a W? It's hard to know. We could have a couple days of weakness. Oh, man, that's not a good look. That is not a good look at all. Yeah, the chop, man. I figured the market would heat up by now, but we're definitely kind of in an extended, slower period. I'm going to try on this penny. Penny. FRGT is going still. Yeah, I would go back to Vegas. I would go back to Vegas. Shoot. Wow, I got smoked on that one. I know I'm just desperately just buying stuff. There got a little bit of profit there. I should have not traded FRGT. That was not the right stock. There we go. Nice. 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 Very good. I bought the dip. I actually just did it. I was pretty angry with this one. What's SLC? SLC? Is that like some penitentiary? Southern California Penitentiary. 130 is kind of the target. I don't like this thing too much. The FVRAX made a nice move, too. This should go through. I thought it would. Double topped for now. This one could rip. Fear is the pathway to the dark side. Ah, see that? What a bunch of baloney. So the bid does not hold up on VRAX. That's what I'm finding out. Bid does not hold on VRAX. My markets don't. I got a bad fill there. The bid dropped out. I guess I didn't lose too much for how much money I had invested. Son of a pistol. Maybe I should go back to FRGT. Ah, shoot. It looks pretty good. That's a pretty good looking pattern. I hope it doesn't fail. It failed. I had to get out. Actually, I don't know if it failed. I got spooked, though. Oh, is it going to go? Ah, this one. Oh, okay. Now I'm triggered. Shoot. I effed up. I don't know why I ran over to that other one. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I effed up. False breakdown setup on this one. Beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, man. Darn, bro. Dude, I could have caught that trade. Yeah, VRAX coming up. It's getting a little extended, though, for my taste. But still much in play. Is this a topping tail? Wait for a pullback here. So I'm kind of bobbing between VRAX and this FRGT. I'm not really, I don't got a whole lot of profit, but I missed one of the best trades of the day, which was on VRAX right here. I didn't even see it happen, but it looked to be one of the best. I'm loosely trying to do a little. Here, we better watch VRAX. He's a huge buyer there for some reason. Take the penny. Oh, missed this one. Actually, stay out of that. Stay out of that. Come back to this. Oh, wow. Brutal. What a day it has been. Just brutal. Every day. Just when I was starting to be happy. Just when I was finally getting over getting freaking bullied out of my strategy. I run into a market like this. No, it's not just my strategy. Uh-oh. See how that bid drops out? I'm going to start selling on the ask. I don't know. I'm pulling, I guess, most of my money out of this FRGT. So, you know, with that said, FRGT. They're still using my share sizing. But just acquaintances. Whatever. What's this recommended 41 circuit breaker halts? What is this recommended video? Okay, refocus. God, I need some Ritalin. I need some ADHD. If I had some of that stuff, dude, I'd be trading like a maniac. I'd be a genius. Does anybody have an Adderall prescription they don't need? That's where it should have broke through. I'm sure this is going to come down a little bit more. Rebound there on the VRAX. Interesting price action on that one. That's a little difficult puzzle. A little bit of rejection there. I don't know. I don't trust it. Ah, shit. Had to cut that. This one, struggling at 122 is not a good sign. Concerta. I don't know if Concerta's that good. I think you should get rid of Concerta. You got to get the real deal. Nah, maybe not. I think maybe Concerta's safer. Dude, no, come on. Let it break down. Freaking hell. What's the deal here? Oh, that's the deal over here. You know, VRAX, I had this idea that it was going to be a good stock, but... And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I just cannot get a hold of this son of a gun. Oh, as we say that, FRGT goes. As soon as I click over to FRGT... Oh, God. No, I already missed that one. I gotta come back here. Gotta come back here. Interesting. FRGT. Of course I would do that. Of course I'd buy the double top. Why would I do that? Freaking stupidest thing I've ever done. Come on, give me a false breakdown. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Please, Lord. Please, Lord. Lord, please deliver me from this evil. This scallywag stock. Ah, frick. I better bail on this thing. Unless this thing pops up real soon. I gotta bail. Bail. Dude, FRGT, that piece of crap. Okay, I already missed FRGT. I can't go over there now. It's gone. It's over. I missed it. I gotta cut it. Took a big loss here on this one. I'm still in it. I kind of let that one slip on me. What? My FOMO from FRGT got me into a bad trade on VRAX. I knew it. I knew it would be the one. That was not 50-50. There it goes. I probably could have held it. I was scared of a flush. I might need a breather. Oh, pro. Dropbox, out of storage. Does it look like I care about my storage right now? I just got stopped out. Does it look like I care about my storage? Ha ha ha. Come on, dude. Got a little bit of money back. Trying to get my money back on this pile of hot garbage. Lost $1,300 on this pretty quickly. It's not a fun deal. Coming back to this. Dude, what was I doing? It's just hard to even think straight now. I am green by $100. Are buyers ever going to come into this? Oh, no. Yep. Farmer messed up today. Ah, that's too bad. Oh. Oh, yes. Today was the day. I think it was a perfect combination of getting triggered with this one and then getting a little too... I was just trying to go for a move like this. How hard can it be? Ah. All right. I don't think I'm going to get out of this hole. Ah, VRAX. I had such high hopes for VRAX, and I think I just, again, too much share size. If I would have just stuck with small share size, I'd be up $1,500 right now. So I think it's just going to be a good reminder that the market is changing. Let's see, I'm down $2,000. I could potentially get this baby back together. Let's just go over here for now. Let's see what we can do over here. This one looks like it's going. Wow. Come on. Blimey bastards. $238, $238, $240. I should have waited for the bounce back up. I should have waited for the bounce back up because I would have gotten filled. I would have gotten out with a lot smaller of a loss. Now my emotions are just Now my emotions are out the door. I got a little too... I was feeling pretty comfortable today. And I think maybe I just got a little too lax. And after that first big trade failed, that should have been my indicator. But now I'm looking for another trade on this. I'm going to get my money back. Oh my gosh, FRGT. Bro, I messed up today. I messed up today live on the Trading Farmer Show. So FRGT halt up at 156. Definitely got a lot of volume. I'm going to try to see if I can get bailed out of this son of a bitch. If I do get in, I have to get in. I have to get in. Yeah, dub pattern's kind of working here. I hope it. Oof. This feeling is not a fun feeling, but I mean, if I walk away here, it's not even that bad of a red day. It's unfortunate. It's not that bad of a red day. And maybe I need to get on this thing. Whatever. Just let it go. Remember, Farmer, you were going to practice this year? Letting go of the red days? Here. Dude, I'm going to... Let's see how this drops out. Yeah, I think this has got to come down. I just have a hard time believing it's going to rebound here. The 5-minute chart is not good at all. And that's why this 1-minute pattern's not jumping, piquing my interest. I messed up again. I really hope I get bailed out of here. I probably deserve a big loss, but we'll see if buyers come in here. If I take a big loss today, that's just what I signed up for. It looks good. These buyers are coming in. There we go. Come on, give me a rip. You can rip. Pinch these shorts. Come on, baby. Rip through that seller. Woo! We're coming back, boys. We're coming back. That to me was a clear W. We gotta come back, boys. 89 likes. Let's get it to 100. Get me motivated to try to make my money back, even though I sold a little early. 49 and a half, 49, 48, 48, 47, 47, 46. Those were my exits. FRGT ripped. We'll head over to there soon. I don't know. FRGT, it is a sub $2, but it's getting close to $2. And it's starting to go parabolic. I think it does need a pullback, though. That thing's all over the place. So I got my loss down to $500 on the day. That's tight. Did I do it in a safe way? No. What I did there was very dangerous. The only reason why I could do it was I can afford to do it, I guess. So, but you know, as a beginner trader, you don't need to be like, "Oh, I wish I could do that." No, you don't. You don't want to be doing what I'm doing. But after a couple years and you've got profit and you've got the skill, yeah, you can start playing with fire. But I don't recommend any beginner play with fire unless they want to, you know, be in for a roller coaster of emotions and potentially blowing their account. So that puts me 500 red. Maybe that's what I need to finish at. That's not bad at all. I'm sorry. VRAX, I'm going to let it go. Frick, I can't believe I lost all that money on it, though. FRGT's got that nasty 5-minute topping tail that kind of just makes me a little nervous. But these cheaper stocks, let's see. Oh, we do got a pivot here, though. Let's see, what's this pivot? High, 174. Okay. This is the kind of stock I should be taking big size on, but I'm always too scared. Excuse me. So I got $1,400 on this. Kind of don't want to lose it. Yeah, 5 minutes just not there, man. It's hard. This one I could catch another dip on, but I'm not going to do it with that biggest size. What did I just do there? How much money did I just lose? $170. That's a halt down, no doubt, FRGT. No? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Where am I at the day? 750 now. The X couldn't handle it. The X told me yesterday that I'm just in my own little world, she said. I'm like, isn't everybody in their own little world? I don't know, dude. 750 red's not that bad. 143 back up to 152. I had closed out of that at 143. Yeah, I'm red. I'm red, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let's go into the Discord and see what P&Ls are coming in. No one's posted yet. That means it's either really bad or really good. Guessing it's going to be really good. As far as Discord messages, I am way behind on that. Some of them I'm not going to be able to get to, so... So, holy crap. Can you help? Oh, this is interesting. I'm accepting this DM because he's talking like I like to hear. Most people's... This is from Tech. Let's watch this. No. I don't think it's today. I think it's a good day to be thankful to be 750 red. That's what it feels like. You know, look, Trading Farmer has to be red too. Okay, and I haven't been red very often this year. Like, this is maybe my seventh red day out of 100. So you got to kind of lock in the red days when you got them. You know, that way you kind of get that good luck for the future. Okay, where was I? Most people still think Marconi invented the radio. Nikola Tesla invented it. U.S. Supreme Court upheld the patent, restoring Tesla, who died months earlier as the inventor of the radio. This must be copy-paste from Wikipedia. This is what he says. The point is there are crooks everywhere. Some of them took your creation and ran with it and won't give you mention. Not much can be done about it, but don't let them rent space in your mind for free. Okay, then he goes on. He says, create a video detailing how you created and developed the 50/50. Get it all out of there for everyone to see. Mention the basics of the strategy so people can recognize 50/50, even when it's not called that. Mention who the strategy was first presented to. I've done that. Make it a nice little documentary so everyone can clearly see where the strategy came from. Posted it in your introductory YouTube video. Pin a link of it to your social media. Refer people to it whenever anyone asks where 50/50 came from. Dude, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Please raise your hand, because then he says some other stuff. Then he finishes, P.S. This is where it gets rich. This is where it gets rich. My opinion / advice. Never let a woman give ultimatums in a relationship. If they ever do, walk away. Do not look back. It's over. You just don't know it. And it may take years of misery before you do. Then he continues. Giving in to an ultimatum ultimately dooms the relationship. As the man, you should be 100% in charge of the relationship. 100%. If she is not... Who is this guy? Who is this guy? He's a PhD psychologist. If she is not happy with that, then that is perfectly fine. She is a pile of... No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. She can go find someone else. The choice is hers. And I just got to finish it because it keeps going. He goes PPS after the PS. In my opinion, again, therapy is a woman's game. This is rich. I love it though. This is good. This is good. Decagon. Otherwise, what you're doing is paying for a referee who 9 times out of 10 will be biased towards the woman. I just added him as friend. If you're ever interested in the course Decagon, I'll give you a special coupon code for writing that up. That's life. That's what all the people say. Shot down in April, back up in May. But I'm telling you, if I'm not back on top in July, I'm gonna roll up in a big ball. And die. Ba-da-do-do-do-do-do. So anyways, I got smoked on a big trade today. You know, the critics will laugh and mock and say whatever, but that's what they should do. That is unacceptable that I don't know. I liked the trade. I mean, I took big size because I liked the look. I liked the look of it on this candle here. I've taken the same kind of trade before. I'm not, so I don't want to make it seem like I was just being an idiot. I think the size I was using was a little too ambitious, and unfortunately, it did fail right here. I tried to get in for another dip right here, I believe, and then stopped out again. Slight rebound. Then we had a dub pattern of which I was able to make back a decent amount of money. Anyway. Wow, if only someone would have mentioned all those things before. Yeah. Someone already has, and it was me to myself. For most men, only therapy required is their brothers. You know, that's what I feel, and that's what I've been telling, but FRGT 137 back up to 146. That's 10 cents right there, bro. Oh, this is FRGT. Oops. I thought this was VRAX. That's too bad. Let's go back to FRGT. Cliu. It's the float on it. 3.08. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, pennies. That it just seems a little too. Women need to talk, men don't. I don't think that's true. Either. I'm with Blair on that. Do women tend to need to talk more than men? I would say that's something I could agree with. But I can't put a blanket statement to say men don't need to talk. That's just not true. I mean, some men are just too stubborn and too tough. That's true. I agree, but the ultimatum was I needed to go to therapy before we could get back together. That's as far as the ultimatum. That's what he was referring to, and I agreed. I told her I would. Have I done it yet? No. Dude, I gotta get an appointment with a dermatologist before I go to the freaking therapist. Like, it's like, bro, I guarantee I'm gonna walk into that therapy office, and by the end of it, the therapist is gonna be the one walking away with an epiphany. So I don't really want to pay somebody and then have to walk out knowing that they got more out of it than I did. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know, guys. The money is just not here right now. 99 likes. I got 99 problems, but which ain't one? I got 99 problems, but yeah. I was gonna try to bring in those guys, but no need. We're gonna give it a rest, but it's gonna come back. We're gonna be talking about it. So, my recommendation to them is be a little bit more honest. It's gonna be way easier I'm not going to come after them with some crazy demands that they just disappear. But when you're flat out lying, and I have been at the front lines of this since the beginning, yeah, that's not a good look, unfortunately. So I think they'll figure it out. I'm taking the 2 pennies. That gets me down to 650. Woo! Mike R. See you later, Max Loss. Yeah, I might join you. I'm not quite at max loss, but I'm getting there. I was at max loss. The market is tough. I mean, I'm genuinely a little bit struggling a little bit. So, if you guys want refunds on the course, go ahead. If I can't be green every day, I'm not qualified to teach. I should have just sold on that. You're new. This person is this person upset because you're monetizing over a strategy that he debates isn't yours? I don't quite understand exactly what you mean, but the point is, I show up. I start trading the strategy late 2020, traded all the way through 2021, make almost about $500,000 by 2022. About February, March, I start my channel. Meanwhile, these other guys had their channels going, but they were members of Ross and Warrior, and they were making maybe $100 a day. In June of 22, I had maybe like 100 subs, and I started trading live. And one of the first people ever to comment on my channel regularly was Mighty Stocks, and that was early June 2022. But by July 10th, about a month later, that's when RT gives me a shout out. And I know that they were watching. I have a feeling Marcelo didn't just keep my channel a secret. I'm sure he shared it before July, before RT gave me a shout out. But anyways, RT gives me a shout out. Everyone's like, "This is amazing. We're gonna start watching your channel from now on." I got a direct quote from RT saying that he's gonna watch every single one of my videos from now on. Literally, quote unquote. Marcelo asking a lot of questions, says he wants to be like me, watching my channel. Pretty soon I see their platform set up with the 9, 27, 45 increments, both him and Crispy. Pretty soon they start talking about Farmer, and then shortly after that, guess what happens to their profits? Marcelo, Crispy, Zavi, they explode. Guess what happens to their stats? They shift away from what Ross was doing. They shift away their approach, and they essentially just copy what I'm doing. And they tell people about it back then. Zavi admitted it. Crispy, Crispy wanted to be an admin on my Discord. He was very friendly. They tried to invite me to the trader house. Clearly they, thankful. Long story short, I showed them a way to trade that was a breakthrough. And they deviated from Ross's, and that's why they don't trade like Ross anymore. They trade like Trading Farmer. And then I didn't want to join them, and then they slowly over time started to kind of, I don't want to say all of them, but one of them was making a lot of nasty comments, and then shortly after they start to twist the story as if, they didn't learn anything from me. And I just couldn't believe it. And I started to... oh my gosh, I just missed this rip. And then Where was I? Where was I in the story? I was getting heat up. You know? And so now we're seeing 2 years later, we're seeing a massive shift of people coming from Warrior over to the 50-50 style, whether it's my channel, whether it's Tim's channel, who's trading 50-50, whether it's Marcelo, RT. Now, yeah, of course, everybody has their slightly a different approach. That didn't break through. And now it's to the point where we're just seeing Warrior people jump ship and come over here. And to the point where I speculate that Ross is even beginning to practice this strategy secretly during market open with his new desktop. At least this is what some of the insiders and I possibly speculate, to the point where we're having the entire Warrior community transition to trade like me. And it started with Marcelo, it started with Crispy, it started with RT, it started with Zavi, and now it's with Tim. And I'm just trying to get a little credit for this. And it's not like I want anybody to worship me, but when they're actively going around saying, oh, we didn't learn much from him, and oh, he's just some weird guy, I'm like, dude, that is not even close to reality, bro. You don't do that. And it's not even about whose strategy it is partly that, but it's also I help those guys. And I know it without a doubt, and I can prove it. And so when they're, so when someone helps you get to the next level in life and get to success, don't turn around and stab them in the back. Right? Even if there's a competition going on, you don't go around and blatantly, publicly mislead people. In the short term, it may feel like the right thing because it will make your course seem more credible, but in the long run, that's not going to hold up. I got a mountain of evidence. I got eyewitnesses of this going way. So it's like I can't even believe it that they still have the audacity to say that. This looks like a halt down in FRGT. Let's see, what's VRAX doing? So I consider Marcelo my first student. I still consider it because I know he learned some very valuable stuff from this channel. It's not a secret. Right, the foundation of what they're trading is built on, if they want to say they trade differently, okay, yeah, you trade a little differently, but at the end of the day, the foundation of what you're doing, you learn from my channel. You were a Warrior student, a little bit of profits, and then you were a Trading Farmer student because I did it for free, and you came out of Trading Farmer very quickly, very profitable, almost overnight success. And we saw that with Tim when he went to MMU Trader House. He came back the next day from that with a new style, not like what Ross was. This guy was trading 7 years without success until he met this community. The 50-50. And that's something that I wish I could. What? Hold on. What's this thing going to do here? But anyways. Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, just as every Warrior student is jumping over to 50-50, starting with Marcelo 2 years ago, starting with Crispy 2 years ago, starting with Zavi 2 years ago, leading on to Tim, leading on to everybody else, right? Blair, Mike. Now it's to the point where Ross himself might be switching over to this style of trading, which is cool. I like it. It's cool. But, at that point, I would, I think the right thing to do for Ross would be, if he knew the story, it would be to collab. If he truly is switching. I don't know. He may not. there is speculation because he only trades pre-market and then he does work during market open on his new desktop, and how he's increasingly talking about Thinkorswim and how he's increasingly talking about 50% win rates. I think there's no doubt in my mind that Ross is practicing Thinkorswim trading, like maybe trading like Tim, right? Maybe he doesn't know about my channel a whole lot. I know he does in my heart, but even just considering, he might just be trading like Tim. Yeah, well, Tim trades like Marcelo. Yeah, where did Marcelo get it from? This channel. So it's like, in a way, I feel like you know, that's just the truth. I'm not really demanding much, but I do demand that when I tell this to people, when I share this, that they don't go around and say, "Oh, he's just lying. Oh, he that's just not true." I'm like, "Really?" Because then you're calling me a liar, and now I'm going to pull out the evidence and prove it to you. Which that's what I did. You know, that's why I heated up so much, because I was like, he's like, "Well, at this point, now we're going to blow the case open because now you're calling me a liar." You know, so not only did I help you learn a very effective way of trading, now you're calling me a liar. Now you're calling my channel dead. Now you're calling me names. You know, I can't speak for all of them, but, and I get it. They have their course and they're competitive, but I mean, I have all day. I have all day. I have the whole story. I have all the evidence. So if it really comes down to proving it, but it's really not about proving it. It's not that hard to prove it. Anyway, I digress. I digress. I digress. Well, then you just look at, you know, supposedly, just because I have a few students that are with Warrior, and I just spoke with another one yesterday. You know, they've noticed that Ross seems pretty emotional this year, and I have my speculations why. So I don't know what those guys were thinking, that they were just gonna just try to erase history. I mean, it's just like comments were starting to get deleted. You could just tell there was like a concerted effort to try to erase this history, and that's when I finally stood up. I had enough, and I said, "No, I'm going to speak up. You guys are trying to bully me into silence and bully me into thinking I didn't really help you guys, when 2 years ago that was most definitely not the case." So, does that answer your question? All day? Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. That's funny because I was thinking yesterday. I was like, man, this whole story could be a 10-part series. I should just do a 10-part series because I could with how much with how much is involved with this story. This could be a 10-part Netflix special detailing each and every one, and then I'd like to have them come back and say, yeah, he was just an acquaintance. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I kind of got into it with Crisp not too long ago, and he said some stuff, and I nothing bad, very very professional private conversation with him, and he essentially said, "Oh, I watched your channel for a very short period of time, and I learned from a lot of different people. I learned swing trading and crypto, and I learned from Ross." I'm like, "Yeah, but which person did you learn from right before you just started making a ton of money?" And let's look at a recording of how I trade. Let's look at a recording of how you trade, and then you tell me, Crispy. And why is your platform? Why are you just coincidentally using the same share sizing? Why is your approach just awfully similar to Farmer? And oh, you said you were watching Farmer for 2-3 weeks before you had a massive breakthrough. Oh, okay. Anyways, I don't know what became of it, but shortly after that, Crispy's So, anyways, I after that conversation with him, then I started to pull archives out from back in the day. And I started to pull conversations out because I'm like, wow, these guys are really going all the way with this. So I started pulling. That's when. I'm not saying that's why Crispy's channel's gone, but all of a sudden, shortly after that period, I think for other reasons as well, which I respect because doing social media is not as great as it seems. Anyways, shortly after that, just his videos start disappearing. He just disappears. I'm like, I don't know what happened there, and maybe he'll come back. But then he disappeared, and I just can't. There is no guarantee that he wins over a lot of new people since MMU is the perceived pioneer. Yeah, they're the perceived pioneer, but I'm telling you, it's built on a lie. Have they added stuff? Yeah, they added DAS. They've added their own stuff, but so Yeah, someone looking at the 9 and 20 EMA and copying it is a little different than someone copying a whole comprehensive approach to trading. Which was fine. I came here to teach and I taught, but I didn't come here to teach and then have people turn around and say they didn't learn anything from me. That doesn't feel good when you teach people, help them without a doubt, without question, and they switch from another guru's strategy, which they paid a lot of money to follow. They obviously retain a lot of what they learned over there, but ain't none of those guys, not a single one of those guys was making any money until they found my channel. Tim wasn't making any money until he found 50/50. Ross Cameron, also a Warrior guy, the head of Warrior. And I feel that's partly why he's so emotional, is he knows about this new style. And he's either I do believe he's practicing it on, because he's not going to go live with it until he has a few months of practice. And so there is just this speculation where now we got the whole Warrior community, potentially Ross himself, switching to, forget 50/50, they're switching to trading like the trading farmer. I just got word it's time to move on. That's when you know it's bad. So, who was it? Who was it that said men don't need therapy? Or that men don't need to talk? Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, they have moved on. Thieves always move on quicker than the victim. If I robbed somebody, I would move on a lot quicker than the person who got robbed. Of course they're moving on. That's their whole goal, is to try to quiet this up and hush it up and, oh yeah, it's not a big... Of course. Of course they're moved on. Right? What should we say? Oh, the Nazis, they moved on. The Nazis moved on. The people of the Holocaust, there's no reason to be upset. Yeah, the Nazis, they moved on. Now, that's a dangerous thing. That was just an illustration. I'm not comparing those guys to the Nazis. Not even close. I do like these guys. They're good guys, and I respect them. I don't hate them. Yeah. Oh, they moved on, so you should move on too. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. Do that. They moved on, so let's just let it go, so that they can continue to live in their fantasy that they owe nothing. You know, they owe no credit to this channel. Not that. It's not even that they owe me anything. It's just the fact that I tell people about this history, and then they go around and they tell people it's not true. It's not like I came out here and I said, hey guys, I demand that you give me a shout out. But I did watch all their interviews, every single one of those guys, and they were asked specifically what clicked. They were, each and every one of those guys, not a single one even brought up my channel. They brought up each other's channel. They brought up Ross. They brought up everyone's channel. Not a single one of those guys in their interviews brought up my name even once. It was a clear attempt to erase me from the history, even though it's damn well very much a part of their story. So when they told their story on their interviews, not a single one of them mentioned it. Was this and I just clicked. Like you, the truth is, you guys were traders with a little bit of success, trading what everyone else was doing. A channel comes in here with a pretty original looking strategy, fully complete with proof of serious profits, proof of concept, a fully comprehensive approach to trading. And it was on Thinkorswim, and it was for free, and I was making a ton of money. Of course they copied. Of course they copied. And they added in their own stuff too. And they it's not like, you know, they didn't come up with any original stuff, but, you know, so yeah, it's a little upsetting. It's upsetting to me, obviously. And so in lieu of therapy, I just come on here to talk about it. But I'm down 600. You know, it's ridiculous. She demands that I go to therapy before we get back together. Guess we're not getting back together. So it's just it's principle, it's integrity. And there's some days where I'm like, am I really just going over the top with this? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going a little over the top. And then I go back, I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just, unfortunately, a lot of you guys have to hear the same story over and over again. And I do apologize to those regulars that know it and believe it. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of new people. And again, the guys over there are getting a lot of attention because they're all connected with Warrior. And so they're all getting all this fanfare, and I'm sitting here trying to scrape together a little bit of a community, which I finally did. But yeah, Weeza. Yeah, because when RT gave me a shout out, I had like 100 subs. And then after he gave me a shout out, I gained like 200 or 300 subs in the course of 2 to 3 days. You know, and I'm thankful for that. But, you know, it's like RT was talking the other day about it. He's like, yeah, I think he gained 1,000 subs overnight. I did not. I gained like 200 or 300. I went from like a channel of 100 subs to 300 subs. I was a very small channel. And the one nice thing about my channel and was unique to it was I was trading on Thinkorswim, a style that was not like Ross. It was not like anybody else. I mean, sure, there's other channels that were doing similar stuff, but not to the level of I was doing. They were scratching the surface. I showed up with a full-fledged strategy that I had proven worked. I had $500,000 to prove it worked, right? If you could have a guy who's trading similar to me, but if he has no profits to prove it works, then no one's really going to jump on board. I show up, and I guess in my mind, I was counting on this strategy to kind of be my unique competitive advantage over other channels. That was my thought. I was like, I have something. I don't want to be arrogant. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I'm saying I have something that's really great. It's free platform. It's a deviation from what everyone else is doing. You know, unfortunately, I showed up and, you know, there was a group of guys that already had a channel and they already had a puzzle mostly complete. It just wasn't really fully complete. And so once these guys got a hold of it over the course of a few weeks and a few months, they took it and they ran with it, which is fine. It's fine. I want to teach. I want you guys to learn. But maybe consider doing a video. If you tell your story about how you got profitable, maybe consider at least giving my name out there a little bit. I guess that's sort of the payment. Is if I help you, then Just give me a little credit on the way to the top. Anyways, I digress. I could go all day. I need a new topic. Poll. We need a new poll. 43% Coke. Poll. We need a poll. Oh, wait. No. Are you talking about a stock named Poll? Alright. Anyways. Holy. Ho. Dude. Can you imagine? What the? Dude. What the? Dude. No, I don't talk about it every day. No, I've talked about it a couple times this week, but I've really toned it down. But there's a lot of new people that come, and they don't always find my channel first. And I think it's worth noting of the history of my channel. And the history of my channel, unfortunately, includes those people. And unfortunately, it turned into what could have been a positive thing, turned into a negative thing. I think just because of competition and egos, and what should be no drama. Like, I think a lot of people are confused that somehow I'm the source of the drama. No, I'm just a guy telling my story, and unfortunately, the people I've helped have chosen to try to erase that and say that's not true. And so now I have to step up and say, no, it is true. So what could have been just not a non-issue, it's not like I got upset that they learned my strategy. No, I got upset because they learned from me, and then they started to be bullies, some of them. And then they started to say that I didn't really help them. All right, I'm starting again. Where's that sticky note? So obviously I'm very emotionally hurt by that. Clearly. And now it's getting to the point where we're looking at Ross Cameron, and potentially Ross Cameron could be switching to this style. It'd be nice to get a little shout out or a recognition. I don't even care about money. Look, I'm sorry. Some of you guys got to hear it over and over again, or have. And I'm not saying it over and over to the same people because I feel like you guys need to hear it over and over again. But there is a lot of new people that come in. And for example, this guy, he says, I'm new here. What's the story? There's the story. So I'm not telling this over and over to the same people because I feel like you guys need to hear it over and over again. No, that's not the case. Ahmed, I'm not going to stop saying the same story. My story, I take pride in the fact that I say the same story every time because it's true. On the other end of the table, the story keeps changing. The story keeps changing. My story is always the same. So I'm not I'm not going to start saying a different story because that would be a made up story. Dude, being rich and